Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are here for Love is Blind. We are on season 9, episode 8, y'all. That's all I've watched is up at episode 8. So please, no spoilers because this was the episode where we got to meet the families. We got to meet the families. I'm really only going to talk about 2 families right now. Honestly, I'm really only going to talk about 2 families. I'm not really going to go into Brokeback Mountain Nick's cabin in the woods. It was nice. It was nice. It looks real nice, Nick. I bet you have a lot of fun up there. I'm not going to talk too much about Joe and Madison because Joe don't want that woman. Joe don't want that woman, and he invited his whole village to meet her, only for me to believe he ain't gonna marry that woman. Harpo, who this woman, he ain't gonna marry her. I'm not gonna talk about too much about Jordan in his 1-bedroom apartment with Sparkle Megan. Girl, Megan said we gotta go look for a new house. This is not gonna do. This apartment is the size of my closet at home in LA. And I'm about to sell my $1 million house in LA because darn near every house in LA is worth $1 million, even if you live in the hood. And she's going to take all that money to Colorado. I know Colorado prices done gone up, but they ain't as high as LA. Megan going to go up to Colorado and ball the hell out. You think she's Sparkle Megan now? She going to be more than Sparkle Megan when she get up to Colorado. She going to be blinding you with her sparkle. And the only 2 couples we really going to talk about today are really the ones that probably were the most disturbing, which were Allie and Anton, KB and Edmond. Allie and Anton, really? Anton, you didn't bring no family. Where's your family, Anton? I know you from Russia. I don't want to think nothing bad like your family over there in the Ukrainian war. Where's your family, Anton? Or did you not want anyone to come here and spill the tea on you? But too bad. Because that random chick your friend brought that he only known for 4 months came up in here and told all your damn business. And now Allie says, I want some answers. Allie's hotter than fish grease. Allie said, listen, I already knew I was going down in looks when I said yes to you. Okay, I got that. Allie said I was going down in looks. And then I realized I'm going down in money because as I start telling you what kind of life I want you to pay all my bills. I want you to retire me from my job. I'm going to need a $10,000 ring. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need that. Allie was like, shoot, all these years I've been trying to date these doctors at the hospital, and these doctors don't want to date nurses. We know doctors don't date nurses. Their personalities don't even go together. Allie probably only became a nurse to meet a doctor and marry one, but she found out quickly doctors don't marry nurses. But anyway, she said, so I went down in looks, I went down in money. But let me tell you something, Anton. If you believe I'm gonna be good with a no good looking, no lot of money man that also cheats, she said, you can't be broke, ugly, and a cheater. Allie said, hell to the no. Allie said she gonna get to the bottom of it after they leave this little dinner, because that random chick told all his business, all of it. But I'm going to play my introduction video real quick, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about Edmond and the red flag mama, his mama. Oh, goodness, people. There were so many red flags. My whole TV was covered in red flags. See you in a minute. Okay, we are back. And I want to say the first thing I thought when I saw Edmond and KB getting ready for that mama, I said, who is this Edmond? Edmond is in this kitchen all calm, cool, and collected. He ain't running around running track like he's Sha'Carri Richardson. He ain't locking himself in a cabinet in the kitchen. He's speaking calmly. He's not jumping on no furniture. And I said, wow, Edmond must have taken a gummy or something because he's real chill right now. And then I saw that mama. And that mama walked in the house. And the first thing the mama said to KB was, what coconut hit you on the head to make you pick my son? Ugh, mama. That's what you say about your son to the woman that wants to marry him. Of all the things to say about your son, what coconut must have hit you in the head that you would want to even marry my son? First of all, mama, we want to know why your son was in foster care. You up here already coming and throwing jabs at your son. And what we really want to know is, why was Edmond in foster care, and why does he like to lock himself in closets, and why is he so emotionally unregulated? That's what we want to know. But instead, you too busy coming up here talking about what coconut hit KB over the head. No, what hit you? What happened to you? You see, I don't want to be mean or nothing, but I'm going to need you to focus on what we all here wondering. How the hell did Edmond get like this? This is what we worried about. You too busy talking about coconuts hitting KB's head. We want to know what hit your head to the fact that Edmond is walking around out here like this. But as we got going through this episode, I started to get it. You see, one of the things I've been talking about Edmond in my last video, any of y'all watched it, is he don't have no emotional regulation. He's all over the place. He cries like a child. He has emotional outbursts like a child. But all of a sudden, when he was preparing for this mama, and when this mama was here, Edmond was cool, calm, and collected. His feelings were intact. Like I said, he wasn't running around. This man was even praying over food like the man of the house. I said, Edmond, you done stepped up. But you know what has to happen when you are living with a woman or raised by a person who also don't have no emotional regulation? Because this mama was only on screen for about 5 minutes, and she must have cried about 10 times. You see what I'm saying? So listen, when you don't have any room in the house for your emotions because another person takes up all the room for their emotions, guess what happens? Next thing you know, we get the Edmonds of the world. And when he finally does get a person who wants to listen to him, like the social worker KB, he vomits it all over you. Because you know what? When his mama's around, he can't do it because his mama's too focused on herself. You see, that mama was around talking about how she don't like the other wives, the other daughter-in-laws, because they spill all her business. What? Another jab, red flag, mama, another jab at somebody else, and we still don't know why Edmond was in foster care. But you so busy talking about the coconut that hit KB's head. Now we're talking about the other wives that tell your business. Somebody need to tell it. Somebody need to tell your business and hold you accountable, because right now you so busy talking about what everybody else got going on. We want to know what happened to you, mama. What happened to you that now there is an Edmond running around in this world? I understand Edmond now. You see, I was confused over how a person who's coming off on this screen can look like Edmond. But still, he had a master's degree, he had a bachelor's, he had a master's degree. Who else knows how many degrees? He's obviously successful in his career. But you see, now that I see it, Edmond knows how to hold it together when he needs to. He sure does, because he showed us holding himself together in front of this mama. He knows how to hold himself together when he needs to, right? When there's not a space for him to emotionally vomit everywhere, right? And that probably happened a lot of times with his mama, because his mama took up all the room in the house. I'm gonna tell you right now, that mama took up all the room in her household with her kids. And now, when Edmond finally finds someone who will listen to him, his feelings, his emotions, his needs, his wants, he's vomiting it all over this KB and any other woman he gets romantically involved with. And that's not the solution. That's not the solution. But at least I know where it came from. At least I know how we got here, right? This mama running around talking about she want to take everybody to Ghana, right? She even talked about how she told KB to her face, when we first saw you on Instagram, we didn't think you was for him. But now that I see you, okay, yeah, I think it's a good fit. Mama, Have we heard a compliment, mama? Have we heard a compliment? Have we heard a compliment for your son yet? You need to be over here selling your son hard to KB, not trying to run KB away and telling KB she ain't for your son, but now I got a change of heart and what coconut hit over your head. Listen, mama. Listen, mama. Now I get why Edmond don't feel loved. Now I get why Edmond is out here trying to be loved, because this mama had no loving words for her son. None of them. So now we got an Edmond running around here trying to find love because he didn't get it from his mama. It ain't even just about going to foster care. It's deeper than that. And now when you see Edmond, who was crying over KB, when KB is explaining all these one night stands she had, emotionless sex, disconnected sex, and Edmond is having a meltdown and saying, this is not the woman I wanted. I didn't want another emotionally distant woman because I had that in my mama. I want a woman who was going to care for me, who was going to love on me. That's what I was seeking. And initially, that's how KB showed up. But I'm not for sure that's KB in real life. Maybe KB is more like this mama than maybe we realize. Because let me tell you something. Edmond, I get you. But if you want to really find the woman you need for you, you're going to have to first go to therapy. You're going to have to work out all these issues that you have surrounding your mama. You're going to have to stop brushing it under the rug as if you've over it, because you're not really over it. And you're going to have to understand how that relationship is influencing how you choose women and how you also react to women. This is a lot of trauma. We said it. But we got a little bit closer to seeing how we got where we are with Edmond. It was red flags all over the screen for that mama. And Edmond, you're going to need to see someone about it, because your mama ain't going to be able to fix it for you, because your mama is showing up here on the screen unaware, right? Unaware of her effects, how she's coming off, and how she's interacting with you. And let me tell you, those two personalities we saw between Edmond, the one that's jumping on furniture, the one that's running around, getting attention from everybody. You see all that behavior Edmond was doing is also attention-getting behavior, jumping on furniture, doing crazy things so people look at him. But then when his mama comes, he shrinks. And she gets the whole floor. She gets to say whatever she wants to say, unregulated, inappropriate. And he has to stay silent, and all he can do is pray for the family. I didn't like it, y'all. I didn't like it one bit. But anyway, that's all I got. Talk to y'all later. Bye.